let's talk about a new manager. Company off the table, Alonso off the table, Slot off the table, Poch off the table. Who do we want?
It's got to be Nagelsmann for me.
He's not on the table, mate. I'm telling you.
He's on the table.
But why would...
How can you say he's not on the table?
Because we've already said that we didn't go in for him.
What? No.
I think Nagelsmann said he doesn't want to talk to us until we got a sporting director.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm not being funny, just doing a little bit today. Sorry, I'll just do the little what I pulled up here today. According to the Times today, he's ready for fresh talks with Spurs. Look, there's not a lot of jobs going. Is there? You look at the Premier League jobs.
Napoli jobs are going to be Premier League, yeah.
Yeah, Premier League jobs not available. But if Luis Enrique, goes in at Napoli, yeah. So that's that job's gone. What other jobs are available? Real Madrid, Ancelotti said he's staying there for another season. So there ain't too many other jobs. Bayern Munich, Tuchel's just gone in there.
But then,
I've heard
so unless you're going to,
Tuchel might be leaving Bayern already. Apparently,
well, Nagelsmann's not going to go back there.
Oliver Kahn and someone else just got sacked,
yeah.
and they're the guys that brought in Tuchel. Apparently, Tuchel might walk, is what I'm hearing.
Because he wants to back them. He's got the sort of history to do something like that.
If he's not in another club, he's still on the table for me.
You take Tuchel if he walks at Bayern.
I just think if you're a manager, a young manager, why'd you go Spurs? Why?
Yeah.
Like, why would you? Like, we love Spurs, so we're like, of course I'd go Spurs. If I'm a manager, bruv, I'm not going anywhere near Spurs.
Yeah, but
Poison chalice.
If you're a young manager, isn't it like a bit of a free hit coming to Spurs? Because if you're a success, like, wow, what a good job you've done.
There is
if
that.
If you failed, then everyone fails.
Yeah.
Two obvious names pop up. Obviously, Brendan Rodgers, Graham Potter.
What do you think about Rodgers? Because I'm hearing a lot of negativity from the Spurs fan base about Rodgers, but I actually rate Rodgers as a bit of a manager.
Well, for getting less than relegated.
Well, you got rest at
No,
FA
but
Cup.
I understand that, but you also have to look at the job. These two have been in there a long time. John Terry and the former Villa manager there, yeah,
Dean Smith.
They've been there a long time. They ain't turned it around.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to have good enough players. I'm not being funny. They didn't bring in anyone, Leicester City, and what he has done at that club is lift something that I was 4 years of age when we last won the FA Cup.
Yeah, but it's a cup competition. Anything happens, they score a scream.
I don't know if it necessarily does. Anything happens anymore in cup competitions.
Not with Tottenham anyway.
It doesn't, mate. You look at them. You look at the FA Cup final this year. Who's the two teams?
Man U, Man City.
Who was the Carabao Cup final this year?
What was it? Man U, Liverpool, was it? Was it Liverpool?
These things don't happen.
No, Newcastle.
They're still in the mix. These things don't happen too often, mate, anymore.
Yeah.
So for him to achieve that, that's a success. You have
It's a
to put it
massive
down as
achievement
success.
to win an FA Cup with Leicester.
You do, absolutely.
But then also, we're looking at he's won a cup. Let's look at the times that he flopped getting their top four.
Yeah, but I'm not saying he's the answer
to finish in the top.
Yeah, but they did when they were in the positions that they were at the time. Brendan Rodgers, not for me.
Yeah, I understand that, and I'd probably run with you there. But we're also in a stage with Tottenham that you can't just overlook managers like that.
Yeah.
We're not in that camp.
I agree with that.
But when we're overlooking Pochettino, who arguably is our most successful manager in Premier League history, then I can, because it's like, why is he not good enough?
Yeah.
I would rather have Pochettino than Brendan Rodgers.
100%.
Definitely. Yeah, that's not the argument.
But that's what I'm saying. So what's Levy's thought process? You've got to have some thought process if you're going to do moves
stubbornness
like that.
there, isn't there? There's a stubbornness
There's a stubbornness there
to not go back.
Yeah, well,
what's the conclusion?
Again, Celtic manager, like, is that
But this is where we're shopping. This is where we're shopping now, mate.
So who is it then?
We've had it.
Jurgen Klinsmann.
We've been in Harrods and all these places, mate. We're in Lidl at the minute.
Klinsmann just took the South Korea job.
Yeah, he'll come and with Sonny and do it on both jobs.
Look, I'm not being funny. Like, this might be met with a little bit of thing, but if you're talking about a project manager and somebody who did well at Brighton and went into Chelsea in a very hard job, I'm not going to say. I know, but you can't overlook Graham Potter as well. Now, again, I'm not saying I would necessarily want him, but you're running out of people to take a job at the moment, and there's no doubt he will be in the hat.
Yeah,
he'll be in the hat.
I just don't know, like, who would be the right fit right now.
At this point, is it just worth giving it to Mason and just
not at all. He's
suffering through Mason.
That is the exact Spursness of rewarding mediocrity.
Definitely.
Ryan Mason wasn't good enough to play for Spurs, let alone manage us, and that's all due respect. He's a lovely chap.
You have to go and get Nagelsmann.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm with you in terms of that's the only option.
And the only reason I'm talking about him, is because it is still on the table because he ain't another club.
Yeah, but that for me. Yeah, that's the only option.
Until I hear him come out and say he categorically does not want to hear Spurs, and I haven't heard that, then he's in the mix for me. He has to be.
Is it possible to get De Zerbi out of Brighton?
Why would you want to leave that when they've got European football?
I'll tell you what, though, isn't it mad, that club, though? Did you see his interview today saying that basically they've gone, Katsaido and McAllister, they've gone. So they're having to build on already. Probably going to generate 120, 130 million on 2 players, and their recruitment would just go. Tough for a manager to know that 2 of your best players are not going to be there, though, straight away.
Seeing the talent that they're always bringing.
Yeah, I don't know who's.
I don't know how long that lasts for, though.
That Enciso looks like a top player, doesn't
It's mental, isn't it?
Nate, whatever his name is. I mean,
I don't know where they get it from.
Conveyor belt of talent.
Yeah, it's great.
It's crazy. I don't know where they get them from. It's just.
We have a couple. We had one Basuma from, didn't we? We had the A grade, but.
Amorim, Gallardo.
It was just again like
Tough.
It's at the moment we're in such a bad place. We have to just see who it comes in, how they change the dynamic of it. You know, if Brendan Rodgers says I've got a relationship with James Maddison and he wants to come with me, I'll take Brendan Rodgers. Do you know what I mean? If there's some benefits to be had from him, but
what's clear is that they need Tottenham are going to probably look to appoint a sporting director first.
I hope that's true.
I think that's the way. Yeah,
because Daniel Levy needs to step away from all footballing matters.
But he won't, even if he's a sporting director. But this is the problem. The club is micromanaged by Daniel Levy.
Every single facet.
Every single part of it, from it being popcorn instead of cookies on a match day.
When does it become a point where you say enough?
Because
I tell you what, he was in the crowd. I said it to you a couple of weeks ago last when there was all the Levy out chants and his wife was seen giving him a little. Did you see it? Little tap on the thing. When's it enough? When does it become enough? You're in the Times as one of the richest men, in the UK, in the Times magazine. When does it become enough?
You got to remember as well.
When does it end?
You got to remember he is a Spurs fan, right? So in his mind, there is an argument for it to go. Well, when I took over, this club were finishing 10th to 15th. That's where we used to finish. When we first got Martin Yolen and that, remember the first week we were going on a European tour? We were like Villa at the weekend. You see with their players going like it's only conference. Like why are you getting so excited for with the fans? Like that's where Villa are right now. Villa are where Spurs were when they got a good manager in, got a decent squad, and they're pushing forward. With Levy thinking, hang about, I've got this amazing stadium, I've turned this into a Champions League football club. Why don't they like me? That's how he feels. And that's why he ain't anywhere near going. And also you got to remember, we're the tenant, mate. He's the landlord. He'll go when he wants.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know where he starts this summer. Where do you start? You've got to get a manager, you've got to get a sporting director. Yeah. But again, so many
I'm genuinely at the place now in my life where if that appointment ain't what I really want to see, I won't renew and I will not care. And I will not even follow us. That's how bad it is from... Like my dad, My dad obviously was Spurs home and away growing up. He's seen us when you UEFA Cup and all that, and he'll tell you he was there and did it. But he barely checks the scores now. He's fallen so out of love with us. And there's a lot of people like that. And it
can affect your well-being.
Do you remember any time where the fans have felt less connected to the club than now? Because even during the 90s when we were terrible, there was still that connection.
Yeah, because we had a Ginola or someone.
We used to get a buzz, though, if we beat Southampton at home.
We got a Harry Kane now. Harry Kane.
Yeah, we got a Harry Kane, but I think with Harry, it's a bit of a different style of player. He doesn't do something that gets you off your seat until he's yours. Do you know what I mean? Like, see Ginola, when he used to go on a little winding run.
David Whopper.
You know, it was, and again, but then not just that.
We knew where we were at then. We knew where we were.
But even within that, we had Teddy and Anderton, and they had the little chemistry. But as you said, we knew where we were dining.
Yeah.
The problem that we have now, as not only fans and as a club, is where do we actually see ourselves dining at what table?
But this is where you're talking about managers, where you have to think. That's where you have to be realistic as fans about what manager can come in.
Yeah, well, that's why I think Nagelsmann's too good for us. And in his mind, he will think he's too good for us. And the biggest problem that we've had of recent times is everyone thinks they're too good for us. And that creates this atmosphere at the club of, we will just leave.
Christian Gross?
Yeah,
you got your ticket.
I'm ready.
This club is just an illusion. It's a mirage because you walk into it, you see the facilities, the training ground, the stadium, and you're like, wow, this club is ready to explode. And then you see how Daniel Levy micromanages everything and acts, and the players he brings in and everything, all the decisions that he makes. And we run like a team where we are, 8th place in the league.
I think Tim Sherwood, I know he obviously he's not liked by a lot of Spurs fans for the things he says, whatever, but he made a good point for me. I think some of the facilities are too good for some of them players.
100%.
Honestly, you're turning up to work in them facilities every day. Should be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Send them back to Chigwell.
Yeah, it's just I just think sometimes you could turn up for work and it's too cushy for a lot of them. They don't deserve to be in them fortunate surroundings on a day-to-day basis.
As Antonio said, these players do not like to play under pressure. And again, they're protected. They're protected. The chairman's protected until we change that mentality at our football club where Daniel Levy goes, I ain't giving Eric Dyer another 3-year contract. The guy's useless. But we're like, hello, Eric. You got a skinhead and you talk loads of languages. Senior member of the staff. Have another contract. Leadership group. Get over them.
Well, see, it can't be. It can get worse. I was just about to say it can't get any worse.
No, but you know what? You know what it is? If I start watching a nice bit of football and I see Poro starts where Poro's positioning was against Leeds was fantastic, but that's against Leeds, right? But he was so far up involved in the play, he created loads of stuff and scored. Yeah. That was really good to see. And then if Destiny comes in and he's anything like what I've seen him playing in Italy, wow! Like now we're cooking a bit more, you know. So, but again, it will come down to that keeper, central defenders.
That's what it is. And I think our team can be revolutionised if we do get that goalkeeper and we do get top quality centre back in. I think it could be a whole different story.